This week on My Classic Car, we'll travel to West Point, Nebraska for their Last Fling till Spring car show. This downtown gathering in America's heartland brings in some amazing machines, not to mention some of the biggest trophies I've ever seen. Plus, we'll talk about a great resource for finding parts for your ride.
I love this.
Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in West Point, Nebraska for a show that's called the Last Fling till Spring. And judging from the fact that the temperature's been hanging around 55 degrees all day, I think it's appropriately named. But this is the 22nd year for this event, and it's just a one-day show. But it still manages to draw over 700 cars right down here on the main street of this little town of 3,600 people. I gotta tell you, there's some incredible iron here, and I want to get around and check it out. Plus, I kind of need to keep moving just to stay warm. Hey Tom, how you doing, man?
Doing good, Dennis. How are you?
You know, this is a little town, but it's a big show.
Yes, it is.
and it's been going on a long time. I think I said it was like 22 years. Is that right? Or
No, it's 21 years.
this is the 21st, huh?
Yes, 21st.
And how did it all get started?
It started out as an Oktoberfest, part of an Oktoberfest, and has grown into its own entity.
And it's, you guys, your club, the Road Gems, put this whole thing on, right?
Yes, yeah.
But you seem to be really organized. I mean, I'm really impressed with how the whole thing runs. It seems like you guys have done it before.
Yeah, and we have a lot of help from the city council, auto body guys, anybody. We call them up, hey, can you judge? Yes, no problem. And I think it's all cooperation. Everybody wants to have a good show, and it's turned out that way.
And you guys are kind of known for trophies. I mean, you do a lot of them, and they're pretty big, right?
Yeah, we home of the monster trophies.
Home of the monster trophies. That's sort of your claim to fame.
Yes.
But now, do you draw mostly regional? I mean, you're about halfway between Sioux Falls and Omaha, right?
Yeah, we draw regional, but we also draw statewide out of Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, South Dakota.
So they're coming from all over.
Oh, yeah.
And some really fine stuff here too. You must have some pretty high-end builders in the area or something, because I'm seeing some really great work.
Yes, there's lots of good builders out of Omaha, Lincoln. Even here in West Point, we have a real good restoration man. And interior-wise, there's several top-notch interior shops.
World-class stuff, huh?
World-class.
Well, I'm seeing some world-class cars. Now, the weather's not exactly world-class today, but I guess here you can have anything from a 90-degree day or a 55-degree day like today.
Exactly. And we've had snow once in a while.
Well, it's the last fling till spring, you know?
That's right.
So what do you say we whoop it up a little bit, go check out a few of these cars before we get to work?
Okay, let's go look.
Let's go, man. Well, Steve, I was about 4 blocks down there, and I saw this red sports car come in, and I said, oh, there's a TVR. And I said to the cameraman, you know, I've always wanted a TVR. I think they're really cool. But as I got closer, I realized, yeah, it's got the front of a TVR, but this is a Griffith.
This is a Griffith.
Even more rare than a TVR.
Right, the bodies came from TVR, but this is a Griffith.
These are monsters.
Yeah.
These were like little, Cobra killers.
Cobra killers is what they call them, yes, yes.
They really were.
Little Ford 289 in them.
That's what they all came with originally, yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, what a great looking car, and it's all fiberglass, right?
Yes, all glass body. This one weighs about 1,450
I
pounds.
was going to say, it can't weigh much. 1,400 pounds?
Yes.
It's a go-kart. But this thing, I mean, no Griffith ever looked this good.
We took a little extra time and made it look really good. When the Griffiths first were built, they were real rough underneath.
They were.
Yeah, when we popped the hood later on, this is all smoothed out and everything else.
Oh man. Well, and the other thing, I tell you, the interior, again, they were pretty austere to begin with, but now the red piping, the red stitching.
This has gone beyond more than just a factory race car.
Yeah. I
went in and finished out the whole interior on this car.
Yeah, I like the quilted door panels, the quilted console. Stuart Warner gauges?
Yes.
I mean, she's just gorgeous. And they're so tiny, too. I mean, this thing is, I don't know, 42 inches or so. It's not far off the ground. And almost no rear end.
Right, no trunk at all. They just come right down, and they just want just pure horsepower racing car.
So did they, like these little bumperettes, was that all that you got?
Yep. Yep.
And when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, is it a hatchback?" And then I realized, no, these are hold downs, and that's because they blew these things out,
As
right?
an afterthought, John Griffith had to put these on. He started racing them, and the windows, the body was flexed a little bit, and the window blew right out of them. So he had to put these holders on it on there to hold the window in.
So that's factory basically,
Yes.
to keep it together.
Yes.
Now these came with 289s, and they were screamers then. You
Yes.
still have the 289 in this?
This one actually does have a 351 in it.
A 351.
351, built it up with horsepower.
Let's have a look at that.
Okay.
Holy cow! I can't believe you could cram that in. Of course, I guess is that the Windsor blocks?
That's the Windsor block there. 351 in this instead of the 289. Hence, we had to get some custom-made headers to fit this frame. But that, if you look at it, the all-tubular frame, that is a factory framework on this car.
So that hasn't been modified?
No,
at all?
no.
I mean, that is just gorgeous. But again, like you said, I mean, these were really rough cars. This is fabulous. This has all been finished out?
Finished out on the inside. This was all used to be really rough fiberglass. Like I said, it was built for racing.
And even your quilting up here, you guys really do it up right.
All the cars we run through our shop are done that way.
Man. So does this ever get driven, or is this strictly a show car?
My boss will take it out to local cruise night in Sioux Falls there.
I bet this thing is a screamer.
Yes. It'll swap ends real easy. Yes.
Gosh, it's a stunning car. Steve, thanks for bringing this baby out. 64
Dennis, thank you.
Griffith, right?
64 Griffith.
Man, I love that car.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll check out more rides from West Point, Nebraska. But first, we'll talk about a new resource for finding parts in the Egge Speed Shop.
My Classic Car is brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance.
Hey, I got my good buddy Rick Schmidt from National Parts Depot in the shop with me today. Rick, good to see you, man.
Great to be here, Dennis.
So, man, I see paper, I see plastic, I see metal. What do you got in your mind today?
I've got the big picture in
The
mind
big
today.
picture.
The big picture in mind. You know, with the recession that everybody's been going through, NPD has not been hibernating. I've never known a time or a period of time over the last few years that we haven't had more enormous projects going
on,
forward,
huh?
and I want to kind of
Wow.
tell you about
Well,
all those
tell me
projects that we've
about
got
it.
going forward. The first of which is our late model 79 to 93 Fox chassis Mustang catalog right here. And it's going to be a comprehensive restoration parts catalog.
Wow.
We're kind of late to the game as far as
I'm
Fox body
surprised,
parts
yeah.
go, but that's because it's been mostly a performance and speed
It has.
Parts category, and we've been waiting for the cars to get old enough that people are really starting to restore them.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be there ready with all the right parts that you would want to do a proper restoration for
right
a Mustang.
stuff.
Plus, we're going to have a nice array of performance and street strip stuff as well for the guys who want to go fast.
Well, there's a lot of those cars out there. I mean,
Yes,
it's really
there is.
it's really what put, I think, fun back in motoring, and led to a lot of the cars we have today.
Yeah.
It brought performance back. So, and you are seeing these showing up at car shows.
They kicked off the new muscle era that we're
Yeah.
enjoying today. We're also working on a 1964 to 72 GTO Le Mans Tempest catalog.
How
which
can
I'm
you not like that?
Super excited about. And again, comprehensive full restoration parts catalog with some nice resto mod and performance bits to flesh it out. But we're going all the way with it, and everything's going to be in stock. How do we have room to keep all that in
How
stock?
do you have room to keep all
We
that stuff?
just also, over the past year, we just finished constructing a 200,000 square foot addition to our existing 160,000 square foot Ocala facility.
Wow.
If you take all 4 of NPD's locations and put it into one footprint, we have almost 600,000 square foot of under roof air conditioned warehouse space.
Filled with parts.
Filled with parts. There's been a very disturbing trend in this industry where a lot of the suppliers aren't really suppliers, they're just brokers. They don't even have the parts on
Yeah.
the shelves behind them. You can order 20 parts, you might only get
But
2.
you've got all the stuff. You've got it
We
in-house?
keep it in stock. You
And
can
you can
come to the
ship it.
counter or we can ship it, but you're going to get 90% fill rate every time you order from NPD. Another thing that we've got coming that's huge, big, is a brand new website with a new online ordering system. It's another thing that admittedly we've been kind of on the tail end
yeah.
of. Our current online ordering system is
It's
a bit,
okay.
It's okay. It's a bit of a compromise. We're going to have a thoroughly modern, we designed it ourselves from the top to the bottom, live online ordering system that I think is going to knock people's socks off, and that's also ready to roll, and we're really excited about that coming out as well.
Man, and you're shipping from what, 4 different sites around the U.S.?
4 different sites: California, Michigan, North Carolina, and Florida. Nobody can match the speed that we can ship the parts to you or the fill rates, because like I said, we don't drop ship anything. We don't drop ship anything. It's all in stock in huge quantities, and we've got the square footage of space to do
Well,
it.
I got to tell you, when you're into a project, the last thing you want to be doing is waiting for your parts.
That's right.
It drives me nuts.
If you're a shop, it's costing you money if you're waiting for parts. So yeah, and there's no reason that you need to be waiting for back orders. People are becoming accustomed to that's just the way things go. Call NPD, you'll find out that that's not the way that we operate.
That's not the way things go. So huge lines of products, a couple new lines, more parts in the warehouse.
We're growing and growing.
And a killer site to order it all through.
Absolutely.
Man, it's the best of all worlds, isn't
it?
Well, hey, if you want to learn anything about the many lines of products that NPD carries, and if you want to get that stuff fast, you can log on to myclassiccar.com, find out how to find these guys. Very cool, man. You guys are always on.
For a complete selection of nostalgic performance products, cruise over to EggeSpeedShop.com.
Next, we'll get back to West Point, Nebraska for their last fling till spring. Welcome back to My Classic Car.
Dave, this car blew me away. And in fact, the first time I saw it, though, I almost walked by it and went, oh, that's a nice 2010 Camaro. Yeah, nice new Camaro. And then I looked more closely and said, that's not a 2010. Oh. That's like a 67 that's been worked probably more than I've ever seen a Camaro work.
Oh yes, yeah, it's got a lot of fabrication.
Is that a fiberglass hood or?
That's a carbon fiber with a thin layer of fiberglass over it because we didn't want the checkering to come through.
That's a big chunk of carbon fiber.
That is.
That's not cheap.
No,
it's not.
No. Just the mock-up alone is enough.
But I mean, it's just everything about it's gorgeous. It also looks like a 2010 roof, though, right?
Yes, yep, we used a 2010 roof skin. There's three things we used off of 2010. Was the headlight, the roof skin, and the tail light. Everything else was hand formed.
And your interior, again, it gives you this completely modern 2010 look, but in a real 67, 69 kind of way.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you start it? I don't see a key.
Well, inside here, you open up the console and then everything is inside.
Oh, that's nice. So is she taller too?
Yeah, we raised this rear quarter 2.5 inches.
And then you gave it pretty much the 2010 taillight treatment?
Yeah, we used an RS light rather than the SS because they're a little smaller and it fit the car.
Where's the name Scar come from?
When the car was being built, it had all the scars all over from the cut.
Just cut everywhere, right?
The name hung there every time they talked about it. Let's put another scar here or there. They just hung with the car, and that's how it came about.
But with all that work, of course you left the 67 engine in it.
Oh, no. No, we changed the engine.
Let's go see what the engine looks like. Trick latches too, man.
Aero latch.
Gosh, that's gorgeous.
Yes, yeah, it turned out nice.
Phenomenal. Oh, geez. Now, is this all functional? Is this the intake?
The mailbox is functional. It goes through here and then feeds to a carbureted LSX motor.
Oh, man, it just looks phenomenal. And the gills there, are those just for show or?
No, we found that the hood between the carbon fiber and the fiberglass will bow and heat. Yeah. So we've decided that we're done with fighting it. We're gonna let the heat out of the engine compartment and keep the engine running at the same temp.
Wow. This is just a phenomenal build, and this baby won Street Machine of the Year Good Guys, right?
Yeah. It'll go to SEMA.
Absolutely stunning. And you do a car a year.
Yes.
So this was a 1 year build.
Yes, it is.
I can't wait to see next year.
It's going to be a 71.
Well, the 67 is a showstopper. Beautiful job, Dave. Thanks, man. That is bad to the bone.
Need parts for your ride? Then check out this week's Classic Car Marketplace.
Need parts for your F-Series truck, Bronco, Classic or Fox Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle El Camino, Malibu, or Firebird? Then get your free catalog from NPD, the nation's always in stock restoration parts supplier. Call 888-893-FAST for your free catalog or visit nationalpartsdepot.com. AutoGeek.net has everything you need to keep your vehicle looking its best. Mothers, Meguiar's, Wolfgang, Diamondite, 3M, Pinnacle, and more. AutoGeek.net carries over 60 brands. AutoGeek's selection is huge. Our prices are low. Our expert staff can answer any question you have, and we ship right to your door. AutoGeek.net. We are car care. LMC Truck has the parts and accessories you need to restore or customize your truck or SUV. Chevy, GMC, Dodge, and Ford. Order your free catalog today by calling 1-800-715-8123. Be sure to specify your year, make, and model, or shop online at lmctruck.com. LMC Truck has the right part at the right price right now.
Still ahead, we'll look at more cool classics in West Point, Nebraska. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Dave, this is a really sweet looking 49 Merc wagon that Merc never made.
Right.
This is a Dave made car. I saw this at the hotel last night, and man, I just thought this was beautiful. I mean, you've done some serious work to this. What did it start as?
49 coupe. Didn't have no doors or deck lid on it, so we wanted to make a wagon. So I pieced some pieces together, and the sides are off a 5 or 6 Ford 2-door, and then we slanted the posts, cut the posts to match the chop on the front. And the roof is a 57 Ford wagon that we took 6 inches of the crown out of the top.
Yeah, they were kind of bubbly, weren't they?
Right.
Yeah. And I can see that is a 57. Man, that is nice. And then now they're Merc doors, though, right?
Yes.
And how about the rear quarter?
From the center of the quarterback, it's handmade on the top.
Wow. All
And
steel?
All steel.
And she must be sitting on air.
Yeah, it's got
air
because
it's down there.
Yep.
Man, I mean, and this actually looks like an old Merc color. This yellow it's close to a Merc color, is
It's
it?
an old Mercury color.
But you know, I like you kept the Merc looking front end, and you did a really nice job in the interior. This looks like a very comfy car to ride around in.
It is.
What are the seats out of?
65 Buick.
And that's not a 49 dash, is
No,
it?
it's a 50 because they're better looking.
Yeah, they are. But how about the wheel?
Wheels at 59 Impala.
59
and then
Impala, okay.
We put a Mercury emblem in the center, turned it down the lathe, put it in there.
Oh man, it's just unbelievable. But it looks so good. And you got it squashed down. You must have had to redo these windows.
Yeah, they're all flat, so they're pretty easy.
Yeah, so you just cut them down. But that's from the original, from the 55 or 6. Now how about the taillights?
Taillights are 52 Mercury.
And the tailgate?
Tailgate's a 55.
And the bumper's been modified.
They're modified 55 Pontiac.
So man, a Pontiac, Merc, Buick, Ford. I can't imagine you still got a flathead engine in there.
No, we've got a year 1 crate motor.
Well, let's go have a look at that, man. Man, Oldsmobile Rocket?
You know the phony valve covers?
Yeah, see a lot of those on Chevy engines, don't you? Is it basically a crate Chevy?
It's a 355 crate motor from year 1.
And that's actually a
That's
Caddy,
a 53 Cat air cleaner.
Gosh, he looks great though, man. And did it drop right in there? How were the mounts? Did you have to create
Well, it's got a 79 Monte Carlo clip in it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I can't think of a car you don't have in this thing yet. Is there? There's a piece of everything.
I don't
here.
have any Buick stuff. Oh, the interior's Buick. So.
Well, there you go. You see, you've got Buick. Man, I got to tell you, you do good work though. And is this a driver? This is something you take?
It's the driver.
So did you drive it here?
Yes.
About how far?
Took us 3 hours to get here.
Holy, it was raining yesterday.
Yeah.
No wipers.
Got Rain-X.
Rain-X. And if you go fast enough, it just blows right off.
Right.
Well, man, I love this. 49 Merc and then some.
Thank you.
Nice work, buddy.
Thank you.
Stay close. There's plenty more to see at the Last Fling till Spring in West Point, Nebraska.
Brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance and by U-Coat It, the official floor coating of the Egge Speed Shop.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Tom, this is a pretty stout Jeep here. I don't know if I've ever seen one built up quite like this. This is a 74 CJ5?
That is correct.
Now, you know, I mean, you've done some serious stuff to this. I mean, what's the deal? You made basically a pro street Jeep, right?
That's right.
Okay. Why?
Dare to be different.
Yes,
wanted handling better and performance, and I wanted to see how far you could go with an AMC motor.
Wow, so even still sporting an AMC motor. Yeah. So what all have you done here? I mean, you've got some fender flares on it, and you've got some serious tires in back, but how much Jeep is left here?
Most of it.
Really?
It's
the body?
Mostly all steel, yes. The flares in that are fiberglass.
But man, I mean, it's so wild. I mean, you don't see a blown Jeep very often, but you've obviously built this thing for speed. It's not surprising to see a roll cage in a Jeep, but this one is, you know, a little beefier and a little bit racier than a lot of them.
Autometer gauges look really nice.
Thank you.
And man, I mean, the seats, the racing seats and stuff, and then back here you got what, fuel cell, and the big bottle of nitrous. So you're not screwing around at all, are you?
It's only good for 22 seconds though.
Well, you know, that's a pretty stout 22 seconds, I'll bet. Wheelie bars, which you probably need.
I use them quite often.
So what kind of horsepower does this push to the back wheels?
1132, I've had it. Check that rear wheel.
1132 horsepower?
Yes, sir.
At the rear wheel?
Yes.
Man, how do you keep that? How do you keep it all together at that?
Don't do it that often. No, it's just a labor of love. Wanted to see how far I could go with it.
So, and you're still running an AMC engine?
That is right.
401.
401.
Let's go
That's
look
what
at
we
that,
started
baby.
with.
Open her up, Tom. Wow. Holy mackerel. So that's a 401.
40 over. Herman Lewis stroker. About 432 cubes. Wow. Twin 750 Dominators with a 2-stage 400 horse nitrous.
that is some serious stuff. Have you ever raced it?
Yes. To get numbers on it.
And what kind of numbers can you turn?
1/8 mile, 132, 6.2 in an 1/8.
132 and an 1/8?
Yes.
That's very cool.
Well, thank you.
And I bet people dig this. When they see it, they think, you know.
Little kids to grandmas like it.
Yeah, the whole range, huh? Well, Tom, 74 CJ5, that is one bad Jeep.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh man, the Last Fling Till Spring show here in West Point, Nebraska really is a nice event. A little bit cool today, but there are some real hot cars. Check it out.
Next week, we'll make our way out to Grand Junction, Colorado to look at Tammy Allen's eclectic collection. She's got Sonny and Cher's George Barris-built Mustangs, and we'll take out a couple of her killer caddies. Good times. Plus, we'll do a weather strip install on a Packard Super Clipper.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring. Whoa!
Attention, My Classic Car fans. Go online now to check out our latest selection of DVDs. Just can't get enough MCC? Don't miss a single show. Get all 26 episodes from the 2011 season in one DVD set.